Black Guard Perspective.
The Food and Drug Administration granted emergency use authorization to Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine on Saturday, adding a third vaccine to the United States arsenal to fight the pandemic. The decision comes one day after an advisory committee to the FDA voted unanimously in favor of recommending the vaccine. Dr. Jay Portnoy, a professor of pediatrics at the University of Missouri-Kansas City School of Medicine and a member of the advisory committee, says, quote, "We're in a race between the virus mutating with new variants coming out that can cause further damage. The fewer people who are infected with the virus, the less opportunity it has to emerge as a more virulent strain." Doses are expected to begin shipping Monday, starting with about 4 million of them. Johnson & Johnson, which developed the vaccine in partnership with Janssen Pharmaceuticals, said that about 20 million doses will be available by the end of March. That will be enough to fully vaccinate 20 million people because the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is given as a single dose. The other available vaccines from Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna are given as 2 doses each, 3 to 4 weeks apart. Though the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will be given as a single dose, the company is studying the impact of a second dose. On Friday, members of the FDA's panel of independent experts wondered what would happen if a 2-dose formulation is ultimately authorized. Dr. Paul Offit, a vaccine expert at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, suggested it might be difficult to communicate the change to those who only receive the 1 dose. He says, quote, "You can see where that would be confusing to people, where they may be thinking, maybe I didn't get what I need," end quote. An FDA analysis posted online Wednesday found the vaccine to be safe and effective. The single shot was shown to be 86% effective at preventing severe disease. In the U.S., the shot was found to be 72% effective at preventing moderate to severe disease, and in South Africa, where a worrisome variant is circulating, that number was lower, 64%. Dr. Richard Besser, president and CEO of the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation and a former acting director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, applauded the FDA's decision. He said, quote, "With 3 COVID-19 vaccines now available, the number of cases and deaths around the country continuing to fall, and Congress taking steps toward approving additional critically needed economic relief, I have never been more encouraged that we might be finally turning the corner on this pandemic." He continues, "Whether and when the pandemic ends is, as it always has been, largely up to us." Still, Besser says that Americans must remain vigilant, adhering to mask wearing, distancing, and limiting travel. Here's my perspective. I believe the reason why they waited for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine to be launched was specifically because they're using this one on children and young adults, which means we could be in for a very shaky summer.
Black Guard Perspective.